Use the fuel flow test kit to check fuel flow from the boat's fuel tank to the engine on V4 or larger outboards. You must do this whenever you install a new outboard on a new or old boat, or whenever you install a replacement powerhead. You can also use it to identify boat fuel system issues and to support troubleshooting and repair. This kit allows you to test the boat's fuel system without launching and running it on the water, a tremendous time saver. Before you begin work, be sure to read and understand the warnings in the instruction sheet for the kit. A PDF of the instructions is included on this DVD. Gasoline is extremely flammable and highly explosive under certain conditions. Use caution when working on any part of the fuel system. Perform this procedure in a well-ventilated area. Extinguish all smoking materials and make certain no ignition sources are present. Make sure the engine battery is fully charged to at least 12.65 volts before beginning this test. Be sure you have an adequate supply of Oetiker clamps and valves. Always install a new valve. Never reuse it. These valves are specifically designed to resist gasoline. Do not substitute tire valves. Always replace an Oetiker clamp with a new Oetiker clamp. Do not substitute another type of hose clamp. Using the wrong clamp or reusing the valve can result in a fuel leak. On 60-degree V4 and V6 models, you must remove the port lower engine cover to perform this test. Refer to the correct service manual. Follow all steps in the instruction sheet. Do not skip any steps. You must protect against hazardous fuel spray before starting any fuel system service by carefully relieving fuel system pressure. Temporarily restrict the fuel supply hose from the fuel tank with a hose pincer. Remove the propeller. Disconnect the circulation fuel pump electrical connector. If the outboard runs, start it and run it idle for 5 seconds. Stop the outboard. If the outboard does not run, crank it for 10 seconds. This reduces fuel pressure, but does not relieve it. Disconnect the battery cables at the battery. Remove the cap from the top test fitting of the fuel pump and vapor separator assembly. Wrap a shop towel completely around the pressure test valve while connecting the adapter valve from the fuel pressure gauge to the top test fitting. We have pulled the towel back so you can see what's happening. Connect the fuel pressure gauge to the adapter valve. Make sure it's connected securely. Insert the venting hose of the gauge into a suitable container. Slowly open the gauge's venting valve. Close the venting valve. Disconnect the fuel pressure gauge from the adapter valve. Remove the adapter valve from the test fitting. Remove the hose pincer from the fuel line. Connect the circulation fuel pump electrical connector. For an overview of the fuel flow test kit installation, see the diagram on the last page of the instructions. The test will bypass the fuel lift pump and fuel filter because their check valves and filter element would make it impossible to test the boat fuel system. Remove the air silencer. Place shop towels under the fuel lift pump, fuel filter, and vapor separator assemblies. On 60-degree models and 3.3-liter 90-degree models, remove the Oetiker clamp from the fuel pump fuel inlet fitting. Remove the fuel supply hose from the fuel inlet fitting. On 3.4-liter 90-degree models, remove the Oetiker clamp from the fuel supply hose and T-fitting. Remove the fuel supply hose. On all models, connect the T-fitting of the vacuum gauge adapter to the fuel supply hose. Secure it with an Oetiker clamp. Remove the Oetiker clamp from the fuel filter to the vapor separator hose. Remove the hose from the fuel filter assembly. Connect the vacuum gauge adapter fitting to the hose. Secure it with an Oetiker clamp. Install a vacuum gauge to the T-fitting of the vacuum gauge adapter. Make sure it's securely fastened with a tie strap. Use the valve remover and installer tool to remove the valve from the top test fitting. Discard the valve. You must install a new valve when the fuel flow test is complete. Install the fuel flow test adapter to the top test fitting. Connect the adapter valve and fuel pressure gauge to the test fitting of the fuel flow test adapter. Install a length of 1/4 inch fuel hose, long enough to reach the fuel fill of the boat tank, to the return fitting of the fuel flow test adapter. Secure the fuel hose with a tie strap. Place the open end of this hose into the fuel fill of the boat tank. During the fuel flow test, this hose returns fuel to the boat fuel tank. Make sure the hose is secured to the fuel fill. Connect battery cables at the battery. Install the clamp provided with the fuel flow test kit, or a hose pincer, on the vacuum gauge hose before priming the fuel system. Positive pressure in the fuel system could damage a vacuum-only gauge. For our demonstration, we'll use a combination pressure and vacuum gauge. Use the primer bulb to prime the fuel system. Check for fuel leaks. Repair any fuel leaks before continuing. Install a hose pincer on the 5/32" vapor separator vent hose after the fuel system is primed. The test will not work if you overlook this step. Use the diagnostic software, version 4.5 or higher, and choose the static test screen to perform the fuel pump test. Make sure the fuel flow test box is not checked. Click the box to uncheck. Press the fuel pump button to start the fuel pump test. The test must run for 30 seconds to stabilize fuel pressure and flow. Remove the clamp from the vacuum gauge hose. Use the diagnostic software to perform the fuel flow test. Make sure the fuel flow test box is checked. Click the box to check. Press the fuel flow test button to start the test. The test must run for 5 minutes. Observe the fuel pressure gauge, vacuum gauge, and clear hose while the circulation fuel pump is running. Refer to the instructions for the proper fuel pressure. Low fuel pressure indicates possible low battery voltage, improper ground, or a defective circulation fuel pump. High fuel pressure indicates a restricted fuel rail or fuel return filter. The vacuum should be 0.5 to 4 inches of mercury. It must not exceed 4 inches. Low or no vacuum indicates the circulation fuel pump is not running, or an excessive air leak in the fuel supply. A higher vacuum indicates an excessive restriction in the fuel supply. Observe the clear hose. There should be few or no air or vapor bubbles. Excessive bubbles with less than 4 inches of vacuum indicate an air leak in the fuel supply. Excessive bubbles with more than 4 inches of vacuum indicate an excessive restriction in the fuel supply. If fuel pressure and vacuum readings are not in the expected range, or if excessive air bubbles are present in the clear hose, check the fuel primer bulb, all fuel hoses and fittings, the anti-siphon valve, and the fuel pickup tube. If equipped, also check the fuel tank selector valves or boat-mounted water-separating fuel filter. Make sure the fuel primer bulb fittings and fuel tank selector valves are 3/8 inch minimum inside diameter. Make sure the fuel hoses are not kinked or restricted. The hose clamps are the correct type, proper size, and securely fastened. And all fuel system components meet the minimum specifications listed in the fuel system component table in the instructions. Replace or repair components as needed. On 2009 and older 115 and 130 horsepower V4 models, refer to the correct service manual for fuel system specifications. For boats with multiple fuel tanks, set the fuel selector valve to the next fuel tank. Repeat steps 1 through 9 in the fuel flow test instructions for each fuel tank in the boat. When you're done, remove the hose pincer from the vapor separator vent hose. This test does not confirm the operation of fuel tank venting. Check fuel tank vents for blockage and fuel tank vent hoses for restrictions. After completing the test, disconnect the battery cables at the battery. Insert the gauge venting hose into a suitable container. Slowly open the venting valve to relieve any remaining fuel pressure. Remove the fuel pressure gauge and adapter valve from the fuel flow test adapter. Remove the 1/4-inch fuel hose from the adapter. Allow fuel to drain from the hose into the boat fuel tank. Remove the adapter from the vapor separator. Remove the vacuum gauge adapter fitting from the fuel filter to vapor separator hose. Use a suitable container or rag to drain fuel from the adapter. Remove the adapter from the fuel supply hose. On 60-degree models and 3.3-liter 90-degree models, install the fuel supply hose on the fuel lift pump inlet fitting. Secure it with an Oetiker clamp. On 3.4-liter 90-degree models, install the fuel supply hose on the fuel hose T-fitting. Secure it with an Oetiker clamp. On all models, use the valve remover installer tool to install a new valve into the top test fitting of the fuel pump vapor separator assembly. Do not reuse the original valve. Tighten the valve until the valve remover installer tool clicks. If the tool is not available, tighten the valve to 2 to 5 inch-pounds. Do not install the cap on the test fitting yet. Install the fuel filter to vapor separator hose on the outlet fitting of the fuel filter. Secure it with an Oetiker clamp. Use the primer bulb to prime the fuel system. Check fuel hose connections and the test fitting valve for leaks. Repair any leaks. Failure to check for fuel leaks could allow a leak to go undetected, resulting in fire or explosion, and may cause personal injury or property damage. Connect the battery cables at the battery. Start the engine. Check fuel hose connections and the test fitting valve for leaks. Stop the engine. Repair any leaks. Install the cap on the top test fitting of the fuel pump and vapor separator assembly. This cap is designed to seal fuel pressure if the valve leaks. Do not substitute a tire valve cap. Install the air silencer. Make sure oil hoses move freely and are not pinched. Install the port lower engine cover if you removed it.